the world is against white revolutionaries. Okay, so most of you guys know about revolutionaries such as Adolf Hitler, Benito Mussolini, Napoleon Bonaparte, and other people who have made revolutions throughout the world, especially in the recent times, such as Donald Trump. Now, many people may not like Donald Trump. They may not like Hitler, which is obvious. Napoleon was okay. But the reason why they don't like them is because they don't want the white man to have a voice. They want to silence the white man and keep him in the shadows. They want to fulfill the world order and the world agenda, which is to keep everyone silent so they could have the world order done. So, why a white revolutionary stop? Well, it's very difficult to explain, but I can explain it using a theory which I'm going to be talking about in my next few videos based on the abstraction chain. Now, as I said before, in my color codes video, which is going to be a color codes video, if you're white, the world wants you to start a business, okay? Remember I spoke about the ability for a white man to receive contracts a little bit easier than if you're a black man, okay? I spoke about that. Now, if you're black, the world wants you to start a revolution. They want you to start some Black Lives Matter shit, some flipping Me Too, or one of the NAACP, and all other revolutions. And guess what? If you're black and you do these things in numbers, not just one, but numbers, nobody's gonna tell you anything. As a matter of fact, they will keep quiet. They don't mind if a black man starts a revolution, burns down statues, causes a lot of problems throughout the United States. They don't mind because they're coddling black people. This is what's happening with the agenda these days. And guess what? Who's to blame? America's gonna burn. They don't want the white man to start revolutions to counteract the shit that's going on in the world today. They want to keep the white man quiet. We understand people like Adolf Hitler, Mussolini. They were not that good people. As a matter of fact, a lot of things that they did were bad. But if you allow the agenda, which is the Marxist culture that is pervading throughout the societies of the United States, masquerading as liberalism and progressivism, and you're not aware that these things are slowing down the progress of white males and even females who have a voice, who are in stark disagreement of things like Black Lives Matter, the Me Too movement, right? Which, again, I don't judge these things, but people need to have a voice, and they are oppressing the white voice. They have oppressed the white voice since the 1800s. Since black folks came, whites have not had a say in the way things are going. And slowly but surely, guys, white men, if they don't stand up, become alpha or become more alpha, these revolutions started by other folks are gonna take over and are gonna take over the whole of the society. All right. It's tough. It's tough the way things are going, man. It's tough. You see, in order to understand why it's difficult for a white man to start a revolution, you need to understand the world's against it. Trump, right? You don't understand, like, all the people that you see, Hitler, Caesar, all these people. It was difficult, bro. It was hard for these guys to start something on the fly. Because remember, a revolution, if you go back to the African plains, guys, it's expected that Africans are to start quick and short-term survival strategies. Remember, the white man thinks strategically. right? Nothing's wrong with that. They think in structure. The black man thinks in structure, yes, but he thinks on the fly. That's why blacks are always rapping, singing, improvising on the fly, because black people, they think in improvisation. They are always improvising. A lot of people say, oh, a white man, when they panic, they lose structure and they panic, and well, bad things happen. To an extent, that could be a possibility. But the basics of a revolution occurs in the jungle. It occurs in the jungle, guys. Yeah. Because if you're in a jungle and you have a tiger come into your hut, attacks the family, you can't have a proper family structure. You can't have a mom and dad, because guess what? You got to have babies all the time. You can't have a proper family life, because you're in the wild, you're in the jungle, right? So you can't have kids. That's where the evolution of baby mamas coming from, right? Most Africans, if you don't know this, I'm telling you a secret. Most Africans are in it for themselves, right? They want the money. They want to take the money so that they could go out into a desert island, have the money, eat food all day. Africans don't like being around people. They don't. Black repels, bro. Black repels. Always remember that. Black repels. Black people are always going to be fighting people in Compton, Africa. Africa's always fighting people. They could have never. That's why they couldn't bring things together. That's why they couldn't unite like the Europeans or the Moors, because they're always fighting. That's why they couldn't get the abstraction chain to get stuff going, get the ideas and stuff going, right? So in the jungle, you need a quick revolution strategy to stop a tiger, an invading animal tribe. You need that. You need to be thinking on the fly, a quick come together of everybody, solve the problem, and go away, right? Because of the color codes, the white man generally in the jungle settings of Africa would copy an African, because he has to get out of the jungle. If he's got to get out of the jungle, he's got to copy the African, right? So he's going to do all these dances. Take a look at the mayor of Washington, whatever, right? Dancing. What are you doing that for? Why are people doing Black Lives Matter? You don't believe in the moon. Why does it make sense to do Black? Because generally, under these circumstances, whites will copy blacks because they have to get out of the jungle. But the moment, guys, that if black guys turn on the white guys now, the whites now will be able to stand the ground, right? Because the color code of white is able to order. As I spoke with before, if you're white and you wear white, you're the top of the abstraction chain, the head of the abstraction chain. So you're going to be able to, by your white skin, enforce order just by somebody looking. The moment that you stand, the moment that you as a white man stand up for yourself and say, hey, people are going to cower, bro. It's just like blacks. People are naturally afraid of blacks, just by default. People are not naturally afraid of whites. But the moment that a white guy stands up, puts his foot down and comes in your face, people say, hey, buddy, right? Because he is using his skin color as a means of order. The skin color, once you see a white guy coming up, it stays order and you behave. But okay, so now I was saying, so people expect quick revolutions out of Africans. It's like in Denzel in the movie Flight, right? You see the movie where snakes on a plane of flight. Niggas always flying the plane at the end of the day, always in a disaster, because guess what? In a crisis, the black man is always called upon at the last moment, right? So I digress. So people expect revolutions from blacks, and not only that, you're always going to see some whites copying and appropriating. Nothing's wrong with that. I wish blacks could do the same. I wish blacks could copy white culture and ideas, but they don't. They don't want to do that stuff. They believe that they're gods, man. A lot of them believe that, a lot, not all. But if they were to copy white culture or at least appropriate it, they may be doing a lot more than what they do in a day, fighting in whatever, right? They're always fighting. So the society understands this. They know about the ability of blacks to start revolution standard, because you know how a revolution is. It's BSing. You got to BS. And what they're doing with these Black Lives Matter is somebody's BSing. You know blacks always BSing, right? And they got a white man to control the situation. The white man is the abstraction. He is the abstraction agent to get shit done. So they had the Black Lives Matter. Yeah, it's crazy, but it's more sophisticated than it looks. Some black man or woman came up with the idea. They BS the idea out, right? And now they have the white guys controlling stuff in Washington. It's crazy. So the world doesn't want a white guy to start revolutions. It's difficult for them to start a revolution, right? All the revolutions that you've seen before have been started by white guys were difficult to get off the ground. They had to push and really struggle to get this shit off going, right? So if you're white, whatever you are, you need to stand up against the system, because the system is what is controlling us, right? We need to break free of the system, guys, the puppet system. So like, comment, subscribe. Peace.